Guys, so I don't know if y'all heard, but Mary Peltola is just another Democrat. Mary Peltola is just another Democrat. And sucks that I have to make this video, right? Because I went to school with the son of Mary Peltola, Eugene Peltola Jr. He was in my geometry class. We were in Sarah Subelka's geometry class at South Anchorage High. Okay? Again, I should have only done 1 year at South High and then either went to East, West, or Bartlett. My parents are specialists in failure, so, that didn't really happen. That didn't happen, and again, they screwed me over. So, but I was in the same geometry class as Eugene Peltola my sophomore year at South Anchorage High, and he's the son of Congressional Representative Mary Peltola, who's the at-large representative for Alaska. Now, Mary Peltola voted in favor of the NDAA, which is basically the U.S. Military Funding Act. It's an imperialist bill. It's a green light, basically, to fund all the war crimes, all the nefarious shit the U.S. does around the world. And I gave her a piece of my mind. I sent her a letter telling her, you're wasting the money on U.S. imperialism that you could be using to expand the People Mover here in Anchorage. Shovel the sidewalks on Old Seward, which Dunleavy hasn't done. Buy more snow plows and all that to, shovel the sidewalks here in Anchorage. And yeah, so Mary Peltola who's the first Yupik person to be elected to Congress. She's your typical establishment Democrat. She doesn't care about working class constituents in Spenard or in Fairview or in Mountain View. She doesn't care about working class constituents in Russian Jack, Scenic Foothills. She's an imperialist puppet. She doesn't care about working class constituents in Bethel, Sleetmute, right? Togiak, Dillingham, Kotzebue. Again, she doesn't care. She's focused on her corporate donors in D.C., her corporate donors in Seattle and San Francisco. She's no different than Don Young at the end of the day. And the fact that she praised Nazi sympathizer Voldemort and Ukrainian President Voldemort Zelensky, and the fact that she voted for the NDAA, that's two red flags there. And Mary Peltola, she's an imperialist, and she's no different than AOC. She's no different than the fraud squad like Rashida Tlaib, Pramila Jayapal. Mary Peltola is just a typical establishment Democrat, and it sucks that even though we had ranked choice voting, our options were still shit, So I think people are waking up to the fact that the Democrat Party sucks and the Republican Party sucks. My uncle actually quit the Democrat Party because he just thinks they serve corporate interests, and he wants something that's going to serve the people here in Anchorage. So, and this is my more left-wing uncle, my mom's younger brother, who's probably the only left-wing uncle I really have. The other ones are just bourgeoisie, you know what I mean? Both my dad's brothers are part of the bourgeoisie. Actually, I caught my dad's younger brother funneling money to Ukrainian Nazis vis-a-vis my dad's cousin, who is over there in Ukraine enabling Nazis and doing all kinds of sketchy shit. And then my dad's older brother, he's a former executive of Precor Fitness. So, and he's in a former Olympic rower. So it's like, of course he's going to be ruling class. And then my mom's older brother's a Republican donor and, basically can join at the hip to the neoconservative faction of the Republican Party. So, yeah, I only have really one progressive uncle. So, yeah. But the fact that Peltola is wasting my taxpayer dollars on U.S. military funding when she could be using it to expand the People Mover, get a single-payer health care, and all other types of progressive shit, like shoveling the sidewalks on Old Seward, which still haven't been shoveled, that's saying a lot. So it doesn't matter she's the first Yupik person to be in Congress. Obama was the first black president, committed 1 million war crimes, deported 1 million people, did coups against Libya, tried a coup against Syria, but ultimately failed. Did a coup against Yemen. You know what I mean? So, again, it's irrelevant that Peltola is Yupik. What matters most is the policies and what she's voting for. So, there you go.